Someone called a psychic about you yesterday, and God has revealed that this message is especially intended for you. Be sure to pay close attention and allow the echoes of paradise to reach your heart today. The day before yesterday, someone who is unknown to you and possibly even concealed from your view contacted a psychic in order to inquire about you, your journey, your destiny, your finances, and your spirit. All of the items that were discovered during that confidential consultation facts that you are now required to be aware of. There is a delicate dance that you and your money are performing together, and the only one who can see it is the divine. This is not a story about fear or loss. Rather, it is a revelation that will open your eyes quite a bit to what has been silently taking place in your life. From God's perspective, you are protected beyond the scope of what the world is able to comprehend. Despite the fact that forces have swirled around you like shadows. In the night, they have not made contact with your soul, nor have they taken away the blessings that are rightfully yours. You can rest assured that the Almighty will protect your wealth and abundance through His hands. It is impossible for any person or spirit to take away what I have reserved for you to use for your own benefit. Have peace in this reality. Always remember to keep this pledge. You are the recipient of this mail. You are not in danger. As you read these words, you could experience a stirring within your spirit, a feeling that is a combination of relief, anticipation, and a little bit of anxiety. That dread is understandable, because when the concealed is brought to light, the soul quakes under the pressure of the unknown being brought into the light. But you should not be afraid. Right now is the time when one becomes aware, the point at which something that was mumbled in the shadows gets spoken out loud in the light, in order to receive what God has revealed. You need to be receptive to it, because trust and bravery are required for the trip that lies ahead. The vision received from the psychic revealed a story that had been kept hidden for a very long time. There are individuals, including women, whose motives toward you have been less than what you would consider to be pure. This woman is finally being brought to light by God. Now is the time to open it before the complete truth is revealed beyond your reach. This woman has made an effort to lay claim to something that is not hers, to throw doubt on your reputation, and to set traps along the path that God has designed for you to follow. However, the light is penetrating through, shedding light on every secret, every whispered lie, and every stolen glance that was intended to disrupt your tranquility. She has created a web, a tapestry of deception, with the intention of entangling your benefits and stealing your joy at the same time. However, because of the divine hand, T's web will be unraveled one thread at a time. You are not the only one who feels this way. Indeed, the heavens themselves are coming together to make certain that justice will be carried out not by the hands of humans, but rather by the unseen powers that are in charge of everything. You are the recipient of a holy trust that has been placed in your hands by the will of God, and it will not be lost or stolen from you. Someone might question, why me? Why at this time? God sees your heart, knows your troubles, and understands your silent prayers murmured in the solitude of the night. This message is for you because God saw your heart and knows your struggles. You are not being punished by the disclosures that are coming to light at this time. Rather, they are a preparation, a clearing of the route so that your destiny might bloom without any obstructions. The period of misunderstanding is coming to an end. There is a moment of clarity on the horizon. Take a look at the depths of your spirit and realize that every difficulty you have encountered has been transforming you into the vessel that holds your actual destiny. There is no amount of concealed jealousy or covert transactions that can ever be able to touch the foundation that God has placed beneath you. Whoever attempts to grab something from you will discover that their hands are empty, because the things that are rightfully yours are protected by everlasting forces that are beyond the comprehension of mortal. At this very moment, your riches, your resources, and your financial status are all under the protection of the supernatural. The vision of the psychic, despite the fact that it is unpleasant, is a sign that you must be watchful, that you must open your eyes wide to the truth, that you must pray and trust without wavering. God wants you to overcome your fear and take brave steps toward the promise that is waiting for you. He is calling you with this call. The money you have is more than just currency. Your blessing, a tool for your destiny, and a symbol of the favor that God has bestowed upon you are all included within this one item. Guarded with wisdom and insight, regarded with care and thanks, and guarded with respect. Keep in mind that those individuals who have attempted to disrupt your tranquility by using deception and schemes will be brought to light. Their era is coming to an end. It is going to be revealed that the woman who has been trying to obstruct your path, cloud your vision, and alter your reality is going to be exposed for what she really is. She will no longer conceal herself by putting on a fake grin and keeping secrets to herself. Like the sun rising in the morning, the truth will shine brightly, eradicating all darkness. Right now is the time for you to take a firm stance, to assert your victory, and to allow yourself to experience the calm that comes from knowing that God is on your side. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit for. A greater amount of resilience exists within your spirit than you have ever given yourself credit for. Your faith, on the other hand, is the shield that does not allow anyone to penetrate it. The objective of this message is to remind you that you are not defined by the challenges you face or the plans that others have for you. Rather, you are defined by the light that resides within you and the purpose that God has instilled in your spirit. Your spirit is anchored by hope. Thus it is important that you hold on to it. Have faith that God's timetable is precise and accurate, and trust in it. The challenges you are confronted with are not indications of failure, but rather stepping stones on the path to greatness. You are the recipient of this mail. In the face of the lies that have been whispered about you, rise above them and stand strong in the truth that God has shown you. It is possible that you will have feelings of isolation at times as a result of you weight of what you have learned, yet you are never completely alone. The angels are always present, even though they are not visible to you. The archangels are standing guard, keeping a watchful eye on your every move. In addition, the one who created the cosmos is present with you, directing, guarding, and loving you beyond all comprehension. Be aware that the path ahead of you will become more transparent as you proceed with this adventure. As the fog lifts in the morning, the confusio, and that was before clouding your mind, will also lift. Your financial situation will be improved not only in terms of quantity but also in terms of spirit. You will experience abundance in your life, not only in the form of wealth but also in the form of joy, tranquility, and contentment. Get rid of your fear. Let go of any concern. Your heart should be completely open to the benefits that are on their way. This woman is finally being brought to light by God. Get it open right now before night takes everything away. This is your call to faith, your call to action, all rolled into one. Your faith will serve as your shield, and the truth will serve as your weapon. You are destined to achieve immense success. You are meant to have your money expand and bless not just your life but also the lives of people who are in your immediate vicinity. The vision that the psychic had was both a warning and a revelation. It was a sign that the moment for your breakthrough is drawing near. As you move forward, You will do so with self-assurance, knowing that everything that God has prepared for you cannot be taken away by any scheme or secret plan. My dear child, this information was uncovered thanks to the fact that someone called a psychic about you yesterday. Both your money and you are intertwined in a divine fabric that is much more expansive than what the human eye can perceive or the human mind can comprehend. You have been traveling along a path that is paved with sealed benefits and promises that are not readily apparent, a journey that only the gods can completely comprehend. Be aware of this, even though the world may try to cast doubts on your actions and shadows may try to obscure your path. Under the watchful eye of the Almighty, the very essence of your existence as well as the wealth that you possess are under protection. Rather than being one of dread, the message that I have for you today is one of awareness. Angels keep a watchful eye over you during the darkest hours of the night, when the world appears to be in a state of complete stillness, and they protect the treasures that are intended to multiply in your life. Financial matters are not only a matter of numbers or a transient riches. They are seeds that have been sown by divine hands, and they are meant to blossom with an abundance that will cause many people beyond yourself to be blessed. However, this is not solely about financial matters. It is about aligning your soul with the divine purpose, about becoming a conduit through which the favor and grace of God pours like water without end. There have been times when you have been forced to wait, times when it seemed as though the ground beneath you was collapsing, and times when you have called into question whether or not the breakthrough will ever arrive. The silent forging of a stronger strength, however, was taking place throughout those moments. The refinement of your spirit is comparable to the testing of gold by fire. Now the moment for flowering is getting closer and closer. The revelation made by the psychic is but a glimpse, a small whisper of the enormous power that God has set in motion for you. Be careful not to allow doubt to enter your mind, because trust is the key that will open the floodgates. Do not forget that your money is more than just currency. It possesses a spiritual element. This is tied to the thoughts you have, the prayers you pray, and the acts you take. I increase your wealth tremendously by planting seeds of compassion, generosity, and honesty. This is because these seeds are charged with divine energy. This money will be used for a more important cause. It has the power to heal, elevate, and transform all lives. Even in the event that the adversary of your advancement has attempted to spread falsehoods or create misunderstanding regarding your financial journey, the truth that God has revealed will not be undermined. Despite the fact that the psychic only viewed the surface, God is aware of the true nature of the situation, and his plan cannot be stopped. You, the one who has braved storms in silence and yet maintained your composure, are the recipient of this message. It is not by coincidence that you will achieve success. Rather, it will be by divine orchestration. Behind the scenes, the divine hand is working to bring about favorable conditions, people, and opportunity for you. In order to make room for more desirable doors, certain doors will be shut. As a result of the decline of certain connections, the growth of others will be facilitated. Moreover, some of the old routines will be eliminated in order to allow place for divine success. I have faith in this procedure. It is the momentous unfolding of the promise that God has made to you. The dreams you have envisioned, the thoughts you have uttered to the night sky, are being inscribed into the fabric of reality. What was previously thought to be impossible is now becoming unavoidable. We are listening to your prayers. There is no way that your tears have gone unnoticed. All of your difficulties, all of your goals, and all of your unwavering hope have been recorded by the skies. A decree of blessings has already been issued by the divine counsel against you, your family, and the generations who will come after you. Happiness, contentment, and a soul that is content with the goodness of God are all components of prosperity. Prosperity is no tea only about wealth. However, ensure that you are aware of the spiritual conflict that is affecting your prosperity. You are being pulled away from the road that is predetermined for you by envy and doubt, but your faith is a shield that is more powerful than any weapon. Always remember to keep your feet firmly planted in prayer, thanks, and the assurance that the favor of God is surrounding you like a shield. When you are present with presence, express gratitude. In addition, when you can't, do so with a cheerful heart, knowing that you are a conduit through which blessings are distributed throughout the world. A mirror of your spiritual state can be seen in the money you have. Make sure that your heart is filled with love, humility, and generosity, and then watch as the divine increases the amount that you already possess. Although the psychic may have picked up on the surface disruptions, the message that God has for you today is much more profound. The wealth that you truly possess is spiritual, unending, and unstoppable. It cannot be swayed by problems of this world or by difficulties that are just temporary. Due to the fact that you have been selected for a spiritual purpose that goes beyond merely acquiring wealth on earth, the riches of heaven flow through you. The road you are on is holy, and God says that your breakthrough is drawing near. Even at this very now, the divine is rewriting your story. Have faith, and move forward with CONF. Guidance. Your financial resources and your future are safeguarded and blessed beyond any comprehension. It is impossible for any force on earth to take away what God has set aside for you. Opening your hands to offer and your heart to accept will result in a harvest that is greater than anything you could ever hope for or envision. I am sending you this mail. Have patience, be strong, and do not waver in your faith. Not only is the divine purpose behind your wealth to build your own life, it is also to build the lives of people who are in your immediate vicinity. The results of your breakthrough are not only for you, your family, your community, and the generations that will follow after you will benefit from it. There was simply a glimpse of what the psychic had to say. However, the truth that God reveals is unchanging and unchanging across time. Having faith in that reality and walking in the light of your divine destiny are both important. Know that God is with you at all times, even if you are feeling exhausted or doubtful. Since the hand of the Almighty is upon your life, there is no possibility that anything will go wrong with you. You are not in danger. The blessings of God have been bestowed upon you. It is not just for your own satisfaction that you have money. Rather, it is an instrument for a divine purpose. In a world that frequently appears to be hopeless, you are commanded to serve as a guiding light and a source of illumination. Keep an eye. Various doors are opening. Blessings that were not anticipated are emerging. Additionally, the seeds of faith that you sowed are starting to bear fruit. There is no coincidence about this. It is a perfect moment in time. Due to the fact that you have remained faithful, the cosmos itself is working to improve your situation. The psychic may have witnessed the turmoil that is occurring on the surface, but God has witnessed the faith that is hidden behind your eyes, the prayers that are hidden behind your lips, and the dreams that are pulsing in your heart. You should have hope since your tale is not yet finished. This is not the end of the story. I have faith in you. You will grow and prosper, and the amount of money you have will increase beyond anything you could have imagined. However, the most essential thing is that your spirit will be filled with an indescribable amount of love, pleasure, and tranquility that is beyond comprehension. You are not the only one. Our guardian angels are standing by it. You have the blessings of the heavens upon you. Additionally, the power of God is functioning in your life. Please do not waver in your faith, for the victory has already been won by you. The day before yesterday, someone inquired about you to a psychic therapist. They endeavored to look behind the curtain in order to discover the mysteries that were hushed by the breeze and concealed in the shadows. What they found, however, was not what they had anticipated finding. It was a truth that was so powerful that it shook the very roots of their dishonesty, and it was disclosed. There is heavenly protection surrounding you and your wealth, blessings, and gifts, as well as your holy prosperity. This protection is enveloped in a light that cannot be penetrated by the darkness. The spirit world reached out to you in an attempt to penetrate the fortifications that you had constructed around your soul. They discovered that the only thing that was holding you fast and safe was the hand of the Almighty. My dear soul, you are the recipient of this message because you have endured storms that others have not witnessed. On the other hand, it is possible that you were not aware of the entire extent of the conflict that was fought in silence in locations where eyes cannot see and ears cannot hear. In order to seize what is truly yours, the forces that operate in the hidden realm attempted to steal your tranquility and take what is rightful. Why yours? In spite of this, your spirit is protected by faith, and your heart beats in time with the divine pulse that is the governing force behind all existence. Do not allow fear to paralyze you. What they intended to cause you harm, God, in turn, changes for your benefit. The money that you have, the abundance that pours like a river that was ordered by the heavens, is not a prize that can be taken away from another person. You have planted a seed with your perseverance, and it has been nourished by prayers that have been uttered in the stillness of the night. Even if the thief may masquerade as someone else, the Lord's eyes will never close and his hands will never tire of protecting what is rightfully his. Yesterday, when the psychic spoke about you, they brushed on the surface of something that they were unable to fully comprehend despite their best efforts. They were aware of the conflict, yet they failed to recognize the winner. They discussed spells and curses, but Hay failed to take into account the transformative power of faith, which is the shield of righteousness that surrounds you. They saw shadows and believed them to be real, but they failed to remember that light dispels every darkness that it encounters along its journey. You are more than what they attempted to cover up about you. Being a child of the highest, you are destined to climb, to shine, and to triumph over all challenges. Do not forget this. In times when uncertainty is attempting to make its way into your life and when rumblings of anxiety threaten to disrupt your tranquility, the truth is that God's protection is unwavering. It is impossible for any design that is conceived in secret or that is conceived in the depths of envy to be successful against the will of the Creator. The money you have is more than just currency. This is a living evidence of the kindness of God. Each and every benefit that you experience in your life serves as a beacon to others, a reminder that when one walks with God, they are never alone. This message is meant to serve as a gentle reminder that your future is secure. Whatever it is that they have attempted to assert about you, the truth will emerge just as the sun rises after the longest night. There were restrictions placed on the psychic's vision, but the vision that God has given you is unbounded. Have faith in this. Stay steadfast in your prayers and have faith that what was supposed to be taken away would instead be multiplied beyond measure. You might be wondering why anything like this is taking place right now. Reasons why shadows appear to be gathering at your front door. It is due to the fact that you are on the verge of something more significant. The adversary will always give a response if there is an increase in favor or blessings. However, you are not the only one who feels this way. You are surrounded by a holy army at this very moment. An army of angels keeping a watchful eye on each and every step you take. When it comes to swords, they are not made of metal but rather of pure light. They have made it their goal to safeguard you. Make sure that your heart is at ease. You should not allow somebody to take away your happiness or cause you to question the kindness that is present in your life. You can rest assured that your wealth, your prosperity, and your future are all protected by a promise that is as old as time itself. Everyone's life, their fate, and their dreams are in the hands of the same person who holds the universe in his hands. When the words of the psychic were whispered back to you, you might have had a sense of isolation. It's possible that you experienced feelings of vulnerability, as if other people were watching you and waiting for you to falter. However, now is the time to stand up, to declare your faith out loud, and to claim your blessings with the assurance that can only come from knowing that the Lord is with you. Due to the fact that God is finally revealing this woman to the world. Now is the time to open it before the truth is lost forever in silence. This is before the curtain is completely removed. The identity of the woman who attempted to mislead you in order to steal something that is not hers is being exposed. There is a coming to light of the plans that were planned in secret and the words that were whispered in the darkness. The stream of justice is inexorable and purifying, and it flows like a river. Because of this, the falsehoods, the dishonesty, and the envy that attempted to take your tranquility will be washed away. Take a firm stance on your faith. Always keep in mind who you are. You are a child endowed with heavenly light, and you are destined to walk in triumph. The unchanging promise of God is the foundation upon which your wealth, your blessings, and your tranquility are built. Darkness is unable to take them away from you. A plan cannot reverse the blessing that has been bestowed onto your life. The time has come for you to make a breakthrough. Maintain your composure. Trust in God. Continue to pray without ceasing. For the fight is not yours to win by yourself. Lord, who is fighting for you, is the rightful owner of it. You are going to witness the truth shining more brightly than it ever has before. The shadow cast by the psychic will start to dissipate, and it will be replaced by the brilliant light of heavenly revelation. Your financial resources will not and why be protected, but they will also grow. Your entire existence will serve as a demonstration of the strength of faith and the unflinching love that God has for us. You can move on with self-assurance, knowing that there is nothing that can prevent you from receiving the benefits that have been predetermined for you. What God has spoken over your life cannot be changed without the intervention of a psychic, a dark word, or a covert conspiracy. You are the recipient of this message, which is encased in the love and protection of the one who never comes to sleep. Be at peace knowing that you are protected by the Almighty, who is holding you tightly in His arms.